Later tonight, Global Dokkan is finally getting the EZA for AJLR Gohan and Int Perfect Cell. I was thinking about doing a showcase for them, but I feel like it's more better just to explain what they're doing and bring up my actual showcases here. So just first and foremost, I did make playlists on the channel for all the showcases I did for LR AJO Gohan and Int LR Cell. This is against, Cell Max Boss Event, the Metal Cooler Core, all these Red Zone stages, along with the support memory. Funny enough, the support memory is actually not going to be on global. Very confusing. They did not put the actual collection of epic battle stages in there. We're pretty confused on that, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Maybe the next week they'll be in there. Maybe they're just not gonna do it. I don't know what they're thinking, honestly. This support member is really, really good for them, but I think they're very, very good EZAs. Let's just talk about what they're doing. I think the most, hype one of the two will be Gohan for most people. So I'll just go ahead and talk about Gohan first. Now, Gohan post EZA again. He is a pretty good Kamehameha leader. I feel like one thing people don't talk about is, his leader skill is actually really, really powerful, right? I mean, just looking at the top tier options we have here as LRs just alone. This Kai Goku, Revival Goku right here, even Namek Goku could be okay, I guess, right? But, this S tier Super Saiyan Goku could be really good. LR Ultimate Gohan could still be very good in the right situations. I mean, JP is getting the Blue Fusions EZAs, right? Global, you guys have this LR God Goku, right? And then even just for TUR specifically, I guess, yeah, I'm just not there. You have Dokkan Festival Kid Goku. This guy does give 50% support here. Namek Goku could be pretty good, right? There's some nice options here in this Kamehameha team to create a very powerful top tier, team. I feel like that's something a lot of people don't really bring up necessarily. Now, another addition to this Gohan that I feel like is very important, greatly lowering attack and lowers attack. This could be pretty useful in a lot of different stages. Specifically the Red Zone Metal Cooler Core, I think this Gohan could be quite good in because he is able to debuff the phase, the very first phase against the Metal Cooler army. Considering he does have the high chance to launch an additional super attack given you're above 58% HP, that will be pretty good to see, right? He also gains the guard ability from his EZA, which is also very, very, very helpful. Now, I would say starting off early on, of course, since he's a build-up unit, I think he is a little weak, right? 170% stats, start of turn, essentially. He wouldn't have gotten any stacks, right? He can definitely take a lot of damage. So that very first turn, you probably would not prefer to rock him in slot 1 like that, unless you really need to. But after that, I feel like turn 3 onward, he is pretty strong enough to be ran in slot 3. Given, turn 3, you probably won't be in the final phase for some of these certain events like Cell Max or anything like that, right? Now, one important thing about this Gohan, unfortunately, his active skill did not change. The reason why is because his active skill, well, they can't change active skill conditions in general based on how they have the table base set up, right, in the data, where they are able to, in this table base, essentially, they're able to go in and change the passives and the super attack effects and stuff like that. They cannot change active skills at all. However, this is much easier to get than what we used to have. Now, while Android 16 specifically is not really that great, keep in mind he has to be specifically 16, right? I mean, I guess this guy's okay, right, in certain situations, but you want to run him on an Android-based team. The issue always is that the 16s want to be ran with Androids. Gohan wants to be ran with Saiyans, right? However, we got a couple of extra androids this year that are also super classing on some of these teams. For example, we had Gamma 2, this Hachan, and then Gamma 1. All very powerful super class androids that go on a lot of these teams that Gohan will be on. Just looking at the amount of teams here. For example, this Gohan does fit under the Kid Goku's leader skill. You'll have Hachan probably with Kid Goku. You could run like a rotation of Kid Goku, and then the Hachan, and this Gohan and like Tech Carnival Goku, and then the other Kid Goku floating, giving support. You'll be able to transform with the Gohan once you're on turn 5, right? Pretty good to see. Let's say you're on Movie Heroes slash Power Beyond Super Saiyan led by the LR Gods. Another situation where you are able to get the androids, off in terms of, the Gamma 1 being on the team as a floater, as a support unit like that, right? So there's a lot of options and situations where you can still get the transformation. Additionally, androids in general, we got the Red Ribbon Army Red Zone, which, there is the Cell Max fight, very difficult. Even the Cell fight could catch you off guard, I feel like, at times. The Gamma 1 and 2 fight's pretty difficult. And of course, what we have is the hardest boss event in the game, and the Cell Max event specifically, like that separate event, not the Red Zone. I feel like a lot of people may still consider that as the hardest fight, and this Gohan could be really good there. Now, transforming into him, he's God. Like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan specifically is probably even on par with, like, the Blue Fusions and those kind of units, right? He's like top 5, 100%. Like, in his, if we're just talking about his transform state, he's like that level of power. This dude is orb changing, so what happens is he heals a lot. He basically just nukes the field. You really, really want a Super Saiyan Goku attacking in the same turn, but if you get that Super Saiyan Goku in the same turn, he is getting this huge 59% multiplicative attack, guaranteed additional super attack. When you transform with him the first turn, he has a 50% chance to crit and do another super attack as well. He's a Rainbow Orb Changer. His nuking ability is not only stronger, but he gets start of turn attack and defense. Like, there's so much to this Gohan that makes him so good, and they did a really good job with this EZA. So that's kind of like describing all the changes to him, kind of what you need to keep in mind when you're using him. And that's pretty much it. I do definitely feel like I recommend a full additional build. The reason why is because when you transform into this Gohan, he still has a 50% chance to crit here, and then you'll heal with the orbs and you'll get above the 59% threshold for this right here. So you'll be looking very good, and it's like he could essentially just do 4 or 5 super attacks in the turn, and they could all basically crit because of the 50% chance. And I feel like by the time you transform this Gohan in a lot of phases, you're already on the last fight. You could just nuke with them, nuke the enemy. Very, very good. But yeah, I think this Gohan's best partner would be the Tech Carnival Goku for sure. He's just a very strong slot 1 unit for him to be ran with, especially once he's transformed. Gohan's not really slot 1 because he does lose the guard ability. Now, Cell's very, very good once he transforms. I feel like the issue with him is pre-transformation. I'm not really as like high on Cell as I was when I initially saw his details. I feel like if this was greatly raised attack and defense, that'd be really good. But he does get this extra 50% when attacking right there. He can do an additional super attack in his passive skill, which does raise defense on a super attack for the turn. But one change that they did do is that they made his evolve right here, where he basically gets the full heal, transforms 40% instead of 30%. I feel this should have still been 50% though. I feel like I do find it very rare to transform with the Cell. It's not too common you're able to do that. And then on top of that, the Cell just doesn't have the partners that he would like. I mean, if I bring up Cell specifically, like, you're gonna have to run him with like physical LR Cell. Neither are really slot 1. This AGL Cell, neither of them are really slot 1, right? It's like there's not really a good partner for him. No, not really. Hopefully we get a new Cell in the future, but until then, this Cell also is lacking in partners. Now, when you transform with this guy, he is on like par with AGL or Gohan. I think they're very, very even. This dude becomes a Rainbow Orb Changer. He gets a damage reduction per keysphere obtained, very powerful. These multiplicative buffs are absurd. Once he attacks, he's well over 1,000,000 defense with his damage reduction he can get. So let's say you do get the 8 keyspheres to get his full passive. Obviously the 8 times 3 would be what, 24% damage reduction with over 1,000,000 defense. That's very good. And if you do hit the 24 key or do the active skill, he gets this huge 100% extra attack and then high chances to crit, right? The active skill does stay the same. Again, active skill conditions can't change, but I feel like this does feel like it hits way harder, especially because he has the critical hits built in there. Even though a majority of his passive right here he can't get, this attack really helps his active skill damage quite a bit. Super attack effects are very powerful as well, considering he also just has a high chance to do an additional super attack here. You could basically get 150% defense after super attacking multiplicative with this, and that's why he's hitting so hard. He could heal from his links. This is just a full healing unit, just start of turn. Impeccable. I don't know, that's just so funny to be impeccable, but this perfect cell is really good. It's just this guy could definitely be better, and I think if we're comparing this guy and his pre-transform, say, to other units in the game that are top tier, he doesn't really match that. Like, he doesn't match what Gohan is doing pre-transformation, I feel, which is an issue. They could have given a little more to this cell. I'm not sure what. Maybe they could have given him dodge chance. Like, what if he had a high chance to dodge, right? That'd be pretty good. Just something like that to increase his defensive utility would be nice, because I feel like offensively he's fine, right? You'll see him hit some nice offensive numbers, but defense, I think he could have been at least had something where you can combat some of these super attacks or something, maybe even damage reduction or something, right? I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Again, they're gonna be on Global tonight. I know you guys are very excited for these guys to finally be releasing. I don't know why they delayed them, but hey, at least they're here. Check out this playlist here of the showcase if you want an early view of them. And of course, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.